Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, back to another exciting episode of the Real Film Nerds Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Mr. Matt Hinshaw. You can find me everywhere on the internets at Hinshaw Photo. And this is special episode number 100. And today, I got some amazing guests. I have with me 2/3 of the Bluemilk podcast. Well, I'm going to do Jacob first because he's taking a drink.
Of course you are. Hi, guys. My name is Jacob, also known as Hyena Boy.
So, Jacob, tell us a little bit about yourself. What is your favorite movie? My number one question on this podcast for new guests.
Okay.
What is your favorite movie?
Are we counting Star Wars movies, or are we just doing
Any
all
movie
time?
whatsoever, all time.
Empire Strikes Back.
Of course.
Because it's the greatest sequel. It has the greatest twist at the end. The bad guys win. It's fantastic. Those are my...
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And joining Jacob, the other third of the Bluemilk podcast, I'm pretty sure
He's a fourth, actually.
he's my, what is it, spirit animal, Dirk.
Quite possibly. Hi, I'm drinking.
So, Dirk, a.k.a. Drinking.
Yes.
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. I've had pizza and beer, so I'm doing fine.
And speaking of drinking, let's go ahead and get this out of the way.
All right.
Dirk, what are you drinking today?
At the moment, I'm drinking Kilt Lifter. Good shit.
old-fashioned Four Peaks Kilt Lifter. One of
Yep.
my favorite beers that my 4 listeners know that I love because they're family members.
And to all those 4 listeners out there, watch the Bluemilk podcast.
Yeah, go ahead, plug it. Where can we find the Bluemilk podcast, guys?
Do it, Jacob.
All right, so you can find us on the Facebook, the Twitters, the Instagram, and the YouTubes, and yeah.
Well, what are you on all these social medias? Are you at the Bluemilk podcast?
Yes.
All right.
On
One
most
word,
of
2
them,
words,
yeah.
12 words?
All the words.
All the words.
All of the words.
All right.
Just look
Usually
up
they're all
Bluemilk.
look up Bluemilk Podcast and you can find us there.
On the Googles.
On the Googles.
Bluemilk
right.
is one word for all you people who have never heard of us before.
Yeah.
How have they not? I mean, I've heard of the Bluemilk podcast, so they should have too.
I heard we're pretty big in Argentina.
I know about 30 people have heard of the Bluemilk podcast, so I know we beat out Real Film Nerds.
Actually,
Oh,
100.
by far.
100.
Well, 1,500 if you count the review.
Okay, yeah, true.
Yeah, the what was that? The review that I
The
missed
solo.
because I was out of
Solo.
town. Yeah, I was kind of mad about that. I really wanted to do that with you guys.
We were a little disappointed.
This year, it's on.
All right.
Like, it's on.
Episode
right.
9.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's on. I don't care. If I have to fly out here, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's on. I will be here for the Bluemilk podcast
All right.
review because I'm so sad I missed it.
That'd be awesome.
I really was. It was like, oh, man. Of course, the one freaking time I'm gone. We get a theater. I didn't even get to enjoy that. I had to go pay for it myself.
Yeah, and what really pissed me off is you won something
Yeah, yeah.
at the movie, and you weren't there to collect.
Pissed me off, too. Jacob, how do you like my prize? Was it good?
What was your prize again?
No, I'm just joking.
I don't even know what the prize was.
All right, so, Jacob, what are you drinking today?
I am drinking good old H2O water
Pussy.
at the moment.
Is it because you've had too much to drink today already?
No, I've had about a half of a beer, and then my stomach started hurting.
More like a
and I've
third.
had a can, yeah, probably a third, yeah. I don't drink alcohol that much, guys. Leave me alone. And I've had a can of Dr. Pepper.
All right.
And now I'm going to the waters.
All right. Well, I am drinking, as Dirk pointed out, I brought over some Four Peaks Kilt Lifter. I am drinking one of those bad boys. I love my Four Peaks Kilt Lifter. All right. So, guys, we just watched a movie in person at Casa de Dirk for a couple more days. And then it is going to become a rental or a sold property or something. I don't know.
It's getting cleared out awfully quick.
So this is a very, very epic podcast. This is the last thing recorded in your old house.
Yes.
A.K.A. Bluemilk Central.
Yes.
We had watched a movie here, and now we're recording the first Real Film Nerds Bluemilk podcast combination guest spot kind of stuff.
It's about damn time, too.
I know, right? Episode 100. I mean, I was just buying my time.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, well, it's hard because, you got to get... I don't want to have you guys on for like a normal movie. I mean, what's the fun in that? I want you guys to be something Star Wars related because, like me.
Maybe
We
Star
appreciate
Wars.
that.
Yeah, well, and I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait until episode 9, so that's still months out. True. So I thought this was a fun one. And the movie we are talking about today that we just watched is 2008's Fanboys. It is starring. It is directed by Kyle Newman, written by Ernest Cline and Adam F. Goldberg. That is the Adam F. Goldberg from the show The Goldbergs. We almost had a party foul.
Jacob almost died.
Jacob almost got shot. All right. And it stars... Wow. They are not in order down there. Sam Huntington, Chris Marquette, Dan Fogler, Jay Bruchel, Kristen Bell, David Denman, Christopher McDonald, lots of people. I'm just going to stop right there. All right. The synopsis for the film... Star Wars fanatics take a cross-country trip to George Lucas's Skywalker Ranch so their dying friend can see a screening of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, before its release. All right, Jacob, I know you and I have both seen this movie multiple times. I own this movie on DVD. I love this movie a lot. I bought it pretty much around when it came out because I'd never heard of it before and I saw it in the store. Yeah. Thought it was cool, and I bought it. Glad I did. Mm-hmm. I know you like it.
Yeah.
But here's the real question. Dirk, you've never seen this before.
No, I haven't.
What did you think of Fanboys?
This was awesome. This was a great movie. It was fun. I don't particularly care for Kristen Bell, but she was awesome in this. The cameos were perfect. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It was a fun movie. It makes me want to take a road trip.
Dude, that would be cool. The Bluemilk road trip?
Yeah.
See?
Guess what?
Next celebration.
We've actually had talks about this.
We have discussed it.
We have discussed about doing this and recording all of our trips and Dirk killing me when I'm in the back seat.
What do you mean all of our trips?
All of our trips.
You said plural.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if I could handle more than one.
So it would be one trip, but we're going to different places, remember? We were going to start
different places,
we were
one
stop
trip.
At Roswell. We were going to go to the black mailbox. Yeah, it was a great time. We're
going
to do all of the alien stuff.
The black mailbox instead of the red mailbox?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
What the hell is the black mailbox?
Roswell. Not Roswell.
Nevada.
Oh, Area 51?
Area 51, yeah.
I've never heard it called the black mailbox.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
That's it.
Good to know. Yeah, no, that would be fun. That would be cool.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. If somebody doesn't die on the way. Well, even then, it might be fun.
There's a lot of desert. I'm
Yes,
sure
there
you have
is.
a shovel in your car. It's fine.
Yeah.
Great for views.
Yeah.
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 Little podcast might just blow up after that point. after I
Maybe.
die.
Maybe.
Dude, you could do like a Bluemilk podcast treasure hunt.
Find Jacob.
Yeah, find
I
Jacob.
love it.
Search for Jacob.
I love it.
Whoever
that's a good idea.
finds him gets to be the third host of the Bluemilk podcast.
I like that idea.
Episode 100. There we go. That's our episode.
That's your
100 right
episode
there.
100?
Wow, we don't have long to go.
Are you going to make it to celebration is the question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he's got plenty of stuff planned for
yeah.
celebration. He's got to bring stuff back, too.
Episode 9, though, might not be able to see that.
It's fine.
There you go.
When you die, you'll see it in wherever you go.
I mean, with the track record right now, might not want to see episode 9.
Honest answer. I like it. I mean, I don't know if they could make it any worse than The Last Jedi, but I know you guys kind of liked it.
The possibility exists.
Yeah, every possibility exists on that one. But all right, so Jacob, what did you think of Fanboys?
It's a good movie. It highlights the old-fashioned Star Trek versus Star Wars thing. I think it's more the fight is between inside the fandoms themselves now because of how much that is, like the I like the Last Jedi or I don't like the Last Jedi, or like the Calvin universe versus original series and all that stuff with new generations. So there's fighting inside the actual fandoms themselves.
Did I just hear you say the Calvin universe?
Isn't it the Calvin universe?
It's Calvin. Calvin was Calvin and Hobbes, and I'm pretty sure they didn't do a Star Wars thing.
You don't know about that? No, that's Star Trek.
Star
Actually.
Trek, whatever.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Oh. But yeah, I really liked it. I loved all the cameos.
Dude, relentless.
Yes, like
relentless. It was cameo after cameo after cameo. I mean, no wonder their budget was so expensive and didn't make anything because they had to pay all these people.
I am really disappointed that it made less than a million?
Less than $1 million worldwide. That's not even just the U.S. That's worldwide.
That blows me away
because
because
3.3.
3.9.
That's not that bad. That's not much at all, especially nowadays.
Well, nowadays, yeah, but it was 2008, and yeah, you could tell I would say this is a good, cult classic now because I'm sure it's picked up a lot of steam since it's been out.
Yeah.
And again, when it was released, it was not a wide release; it was a limited release. And limited release, I'm sure you guys probably know, is typically New York and LA, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's usually nothing else. Sometimes they'll say a limited release. Now it's getting better, where a limited release will be major cities. So it'll be like New York, LA, Phoenix, Dallas, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But this was a super limited release. I mean, I think it made less than $100,000 in the U.S. That's insane. Because it's a
good movie.
That is a good movie.
It's a lot of fun. It's campy, but it's funny.
Yeah.
It's really
great.
good. So
it seems like they were trying to what they were trying to do was like Napoleon Dynamite, how like small budget, make a whole bunch of money, but it just didn't work out the same way because Napoleon Dynamite was made less than $1 million, I want to say. Well,
yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
But
you can't fact check that right now?
No, I don't have the internets. We're at Casa de Dirk, remember?
Gotcha, okay.
No internets.
It's you can attach to it if you'd like.
No, that's all right. We're good.
Fine.
We're already rolling.
My internet's not good enough for you?
Damn right it's not. It's not dark internet. It's light internet.
Oh, okay.
I only surf the dark web because I'm on the dark side.
Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. That shirt, though.
Yeah.
I went to the dark side and only got was this T-shirt.
That's one thing they got.
That's
they have
nice.
some good, solid quality shirts in there. Star Wars shirts. It was great. So, all right. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and get this out of the way. Mysterious Mike, again, as we've pointed out, is on the other side of the planet. I'm sure he's like secretly James Bond. I said that in the last one, but I'm still pretty sure he is. So hopefully he'll get back and not have too many bullet holes in him. But so I'm going to ask myself, how does Fanboys relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe? All right, do you guys have an idea? Did anything stick out?
Nothing that I was really looking for.
No? Well, this is one of the tough ones, but so far we've gotten just about every single movie, except for documentaries, and there was one that was the first screener that was ever given to us. It was like probably one of the worst movies we ever reviewed. Clyde Cooper. We couldn't find one on that one. Well, Mike couldn't. That's his job. I do all the other work. Mike has to look up the Marvel Cinematic Universe tie-in. I mean,
nice.
I do all the website stuff and the typing of the stories and all that stuff. He has to spend 5 minutes looking on IMDb. It's a fair trade-off.
Nice.
Really is. Anyway, so the tie-in is a gentleman by the name of Isaac Cappy. And in Thor 2011, he played the pet store clerk.
Oh shit! Yeah, when he's asking for the horse.
Oh my god!
Yep.
Yeah.
And in Fanboys, did you catch who he was in Fanboys?
No.
He actually has a name. He has a line. He's Garfunkel. He's the dude with the big Jufro that comes in and asks about the phaser.
Oh my god! Yeah, no, I would have.
Holy shit! No, I missed it. I completely missed it.
There's another one, actually.
Oh, you got another one? Go for it.
It's a small tie-in. So
it's
Kevin
still there.
Smith made a cameo in this. And
Yes.
he directed Clerks.
Yep.
Or was it Chasing? Well, he directed Clark Kent Chasing Amy.
What are you
Yes.
doing, like
He
6
directed
degrees
and
of
wrote both of
separation?
them,
But
actually.
they did it. Stanley's cameo in Captain Marvel. Have you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was reading the script for Clerks or something like that. Very small tie-in. Very small tie-in.
It's still there, though.
But
Yeah, no, it's
Another
still pretty
one?
solid. It's still
Yeah.
pretty solid. And that's one thing, again, spoiler alert, but we did our Captain Marvel podcast, 2 weeks ago now, I think? I don't know. I don't remember. It was
Something
the weekend
like
after
that.
it came out. Anyways, in Captain Marvel, I don't know if you saw this. I follow Kevin Smith on some of the social medias. I like his movies, I like his directing.
Yeah.
The shit most recently is kind of, but the
Well, it's 'cause he
originals
got
are good.
thin.
So, but anyways, he did a thing on social media where he's like bawling his eyes out because the tie-in with Mallrats now means that Kevin Smith and all his films and everything exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, not just like, oh, here's Stan Lee and his cameo. It means they're in that universe because his one movie is, and that means all of his characters and all that other stuff. And he was just so honored and everything that they did that. So that was pretty cool. So, all right. Well, I guess we can get to spoilers. Not that we had much of spoilers so far, but guys, let's do this. What is your favorite scene from this film? Favorite part, favorite scene, whatever.
oh goodness,
Take your time.
Take your time, Jacob. Well, you even said it as it popped up. You were saying it was the very end with the Tusken Raider.
Yeah, the Tusken Raider, whenever he does that, every time I see a Star Wars film now, I want to do that. The whole Tusken Raider crawl. Nope.
This may take a while.
Growl.
See, and this is why you do video instead of audio only, because this is great pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dirk, how about yourself, man?
Favorite part, it's tough to pick one particular scene. I just want to throw out there, I love all the background sound effects. All the
Dude, that's a
sounds,
perfect-
all the sounds in the van.
Yeah, that's a perfect
Everything
answer.
was great. But one particular scene, that is tough. I think the best scene, my favorite scene, the one that made me laugh the most, was when Windows and whoever the chick is, whatever her character name is.
Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Zoe. Zoe was her character name, yeah.
When they're laying there in the tent and she asks if that's his R2D2. And he says, "No, my penis." I laughed very hard at that. That was great.
It was even a callback to the film earlier.
Yeah.
In my favorite part of the film, I'm a huge Danny Trejo fan. I've loved him ever since the start. I think he's just awesome. He has a lot of range. He's a dude that had a really rough life. He's truly an ex-convict. He's been in gangs, all kinds of shit, and he turned it around and became this great actor that has his range. He
Yep.
can do comedies like this. He can do action movies, Machete, which is an action comedy. I mean, he's just that whole scene with him being the chief,
Yep.
talking himself in third person because it confuses the bitches. I mean, it's just
The peyote scene was awesome.
yeah, the
too.
peyote whole
That
scene was
great.
just so good. I
was
mean,
great.
Danny Trejo was just awesome. That's my favorite. You know, the Ewok humping his leg. I mean, it's just. I personally I haven't tried peyote. If I did, I'm sure it would be something like that.
Oh,
I'd be like
definitely.
walking down the street and AT-ATs would be coming at me
Yes.
or something.
Yes.
It'd be something wild like that. So, all right. Well, what else? What else? We got plenty of time, guys.
see.
Plenty of time.
My favorite cameo has to be the Kevin Smith cameo.
Kevin Smith
That
with
was. I
with
love
Jay.
that one.
Yeah.
I love that was just awesome. Like, because I completely forgot about it in the episode,
Well,
or
it's
not episode when I first saw it.
Dude.
I've had a few mini 2 beers apparently, even though I've only had a third.
It was only like a
I
third
know,
of a beer.
I know.
Holy hell!
Hey, it's
lightweight.
cheap for me.
Dude, I would love to be able to drink that little.
It's cheap that way. I can.
Seriously, do you know how much money I would save? It'd be ridiculous.
If you look in my fridge, I look like an alcoholic. That's just because I don't touch my alcohol at all.
Well, no, that's like the opposite.
It's the
if
only
you look in
thing
the
he
fridge and
doesn't
there's beer
touch.
in there, it just means you like beer. If you look in the trash and it's full of beer, then you're an alcoholic. Dirk's over here.
I'm going to stay quiet on this.
But technically, we're not alcoholics, Dirk. We're not. We're drunks. I don't go to meetings. I try not to even go to my work meetings.
I will drink to that.
Cheers.
What, to the work meetings or to the alcohol meetings? Or to both?
All right. So that Kevin Smith part with clearly Jane Silent Bob was a major role reversal.
Yeah.
Because Silent Bob is the one selling Jay's pretty mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hilarious on
That
multiple
was good.
levels. It was really good. I have to say, probably, I mean, I love all the Star Wars cameos. Billy D. Williams, but my favorite, especially today, is Carrie Fisher.
Yes.
I mean, that was just great.
It was.
And the
it
lines
was-
they
it was
gave
well
her,
done.
and how she's even like crouching down, like she's, punching into R2D2. And he's sitting in the wheelchair. Carrie Fisher, I mean, I bet she volunteered to do this.
I'm
Because
sure
that's
she
the kind of
did.
person
I'm sure she did.
was. So, what about drinking over there?
I thought Shatner did perfect. Absolutely perfect for where he was. That was great.
The writing was just so good on this. I mean, the callbacks, when they're in Lucas Ranch and the security guard played by Danny McBride is asking him, he's like, was Shatner involved? Okay, so Dirk, your favorite cameo was the Shat.
The Shat.
I don't think he likes being called that.
You sure?
Oh, he loves it.
The Shat?
Yes.
Being called the Shat.
He has been called the Shat so many times by... Can I plug in another radio station?
Go for it. It's not a radio station, it's a podcast. I don't give a shit.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness off KUPD.
Yeah, 98 KPD.
They've had Shatner on several times, and Holmberg calls him the Shat, and he goes with it.
Dude, that's my radio station of choice when I'm down in the valley.
Is it?
I'm a metalhead, dude. Mysterious Mike, who is not on here, is also a metalhead, big time. We grew up that way.
Nice.
So 98 QPD, I mean, when I lived down there, that's what it was,
Nice.
So
Good.
all right, well, let's see. What else can we talk about here?
What would you like to talk
how
about?
How was the writing? How was the cinematography? How was the movie aspects of the movie?
The movie aspects.
The acting.
I was entertained, and that's what a movie's job is, so...
So the story was solid.
I thought so. I
Okay.
mean, the little quick love story right at the end and everything, I made the comment that it was a lot better than Anakin and Padme's love story.
Yeah, you did.
Which it was.
The love story between Windows and Zoe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought it was a lot more organic than forced, even though George Lucas...
But there was force involved.
Well...
He did show his... Well, he didn't show it, but he had his penis.
Instead of the R2.
She was being poked.
Oh, okay. Whatever floats your goat, man.
It
That's a
didn't
good
float mine,
premiere.
it floated her.
I don't think that's how the force
No,
works.
I don't. She may not have floated.
Oh, Jacob. Yeah.
Editing was awesome.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't edit. I'm like Santos.
No, I meant the movie.
Oh, all right.
the movie.
See,
Dude.
he's rubbing off on me. I
know,
cannot hang
I
out
know.
here anymore.
Follow the damn ball.
Editing was good. The story was good. The
Editing
sound,
was good.
I know
Story
you
was
like
good.
the sound.
Sound was great. The soundtrack was great.
The soundtrack was really
They
good.
picked really good songs for that movie.
What about the acting?
I can't complain. It was intended to be a B movie. It was a B movie. The acting was B acting. It was great.
Yeah.
They're not going to win any awards.
No.
But they didn't do a horrible job.
No.
But they
No.
didn't set the world on fire either.
No.
I was happy with it.
And I bet in 20 years, that movie will be just top of the line. This is the B movie to get. This is a great cult film.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's already what? 11 years old?
Yes.
So,
Jesus.
yeah.
Wow.
Which is interesting. That's an interesting aspect in itself. When this movie was made, as Jacob pointed out, they filmed it at Skywalker Ranch.
Yes.
Because George Lucas totally signed off on this movie. He didn't. I don't think he wanted to be in it, but he signed off on it. He was all for it. He accepted it. He thought it was great.
I'm surprised that he didn't do a little cameo like Stan Lee does in all the Marvel stuff.
Right. I'm kind of shocked about that as well.
Or
but
did do.
Yeah. But he allowed him to do, a lot of the stuff. Sure, mostly probably outside shots, but still, they allowed him to do it, which is pretty cool.
You said this movie came out in 2008, right?
Yeah.
So he was in prime production of Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated series then at that point.
Yeah.
So he was busy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and,
I'm giving him an excuse.
and you also got to think they were probably started filming this, at least what it looked like on IMDb. They started filming it around 2005, 2006.
Yeah.
And then it got delayed for putting it out. And that might have been the access to Skywalker Ranch. Because, if there's stuff going on, they don't want a film crew running around.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
And again, they break in at night, which probably would have helped because there's no one there working, hopefully. So here's a good one. And this is one I haven't brought up in a while on a legacy cast, because that's what this is. This is an old movie, so it's a legacy cast. It's not currently in theaters. Do you think this movie, as it sits right now, could be made today? Do you think Disney would allow?
No. Absolutely not.
Exactly my answer too. Because Disney has just such a stranglehold on Star Wars now. They want their product getting out there. They don't want fan product. And clearly this is a fan-made film. These guys might be adults. They might be movie makers, but they're clearly Star Wars fans.
Well, and there's not near enough political, social crap included in this. It is just the movie and just the fandoms. That's all the movie is, and that's all the movie was intended to be. If Disney were to do it now, you'd have it would not be the same movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I agree. And, the other thing that's interesting and fun about it is how much they poke fun of episode 1.
Yes.
Because it revolves around episode 1. If they would have done it before episode 1, it wouldn't have the same impact doing it afterwards, because they lay heavy on that.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows that movie was crap.
Yes.
It just was. The best part to come out of that movie was in Fanboys, and that was Darth Maul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very true.
So, all right. Well, let's see. Oh, man, I'm trying to think of something to ask Star Wars related in this. I don't know.
The whole damn movie was Star Wars related.
But, well, okay, here's one. You guys said, Dirk specifically said, that you have lots of topics brewing from watching this movie. What's going to be some of those topics coming up in the Bluemilk podcast from this? Just give us a couple.
What's your Death Star?
Nice.
Shit.
Nice.
That's a good one.
I like that.
That's the best one out of all.
Do you want to hear a sneak peek?
Do I want to think about what was just asked? Think about what was just asked. Do I want to hear
a
sneak peek?
To quote the movie, you don't have the height or the girth of R2.
Yes. All right, go ahead.
It involves a podcast.
Don't.
Oh, well, thanks, Jacob. I mean, that's really nice.
Yeah. Or are we getting Santos on?
Yeah.
No, it's the Bluemilk podcast.
Santos doesn't rate high enough, apparently.
I do have to give a shout out to him, though, because he's letting me borrow his recording equipment. And I don't even call him well, I do call him Santos in public, but I refer to him on the podcast as Mr. Mile High Show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should start that, too.
That sounds kinky.
Dude.
Whatever you're reading into it, go ahead, but that's the name of his pod.
Hey. Well, when you call him the Mr. Mile High Show, never mind. I'm not going to explain it. You're too young.
He's trying. I'm too young?
Yes. The Bluemilk podcast also needs to give a shout out to Santos for everything he's done for us.
Oh, yeah. Totes my goats.
And he should be here helping you move, too, but he's not.
I know damn well he wouldn't.
No. You know, there would probably be ambulances involved.
He would get his son. He would watch his son do all the moving.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. And take pictures.
Yeah. Take pictures of everybody. Yeah.
All right. So what's your what sneak peek at what your Death Star would be?
I already told you, the Bluemilk podcast.
That is your Death Star?
Yeah. And it's still growing. Can't wait for it to explode.
When will you be happy on the amount of subscribers?
God. $2 million.
2 million?
Yeah. Sure.
Shit, he is shooting for the stars, isn't he?
I'm already happy. I thought we'd get 10.
Yeah. Well, I have my 4 YouTube accounts subscribed.
Now I have your 4. I mean, we have your 4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And what is it again? The Bluemilk Podcast.
The Bluemilkpodcast.com. You
Yes.
can go, and it just automatically goes to our YouTube. It's just easier saying it that way.
And what do you guys talk about again?
Anything and everything Star Wars related. And anything Jacob comes up with.
What are you talking about?
Oh, well, BJ comes up with some off-the-wall stuff, too.
What was your favorite episode?
5.
Episode 5?
Yeah.
What was episode 5?
Our first Halloween one.
episode.
The Halloween one.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, dude, I love that you guys do a Halloween episode. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
That shit's hilarious. Jacob, what's yours?
Episode 2.
Which episode is the one that we did Bane?
Okay, which
Damn.
episodes with an S?
Okay.
Pretty much all of them except for the one that we would say we wouldn't mention Bane, even though we did mention
Yeah,
Bane.
and that was the one that I was on, yeah.
I really like all of them except 1 through 4.
So 1 through 4?
Yeah.
The audio sucked.
Yeah. Well, everybody has growing pains.
Yeah.
So I understand. But all right, so let's go ahead. Let's get to our ratings.
Okay.
Do you guys know how my rating system works?
No.
Not
All right.
at all.
We have 1 through 5 reels. 5 reels being the best movie you've ever seen in your life. 1 being absolute hot garbage. And there are halves. So you can have a 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, whatever.
Have a fourth? All right, half. Got it.
No force.
I know. He pulls that
No
shit
3/4.
with us, too.
No thirds. It's halves.
Okay.
And that turns a 5-point scale into a 10-point scale. Originally started out as just a 5-point scale. But there's some where Mike talked me into doing, Mr. Mike Talent. So, Jacob, how many reels do you give Fanboys?
A solid 3.
3?
3.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
It's nice and it's campy. It's better than Attack of the Clones.
Dirk?
I give 4 because it made me laugh.
Well, Dirk,
It made me laugh quite a bit.
I agree with you. I give this 4 out of 5 reels. I think this is a fantastic film. It's for fans, by fans. It's a fun, interesting take on the Star Wars world. It's not a documentary on how crazy Star Wars fans are. It's a story, and it's a really well-done story with great cameos, great acting. Cinematography is what it is, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was well worth, I don't know, I think $25 I paid for the DVD or something. Who knows? Who remembers?
Those are Disney prices right there.
Yeah,
Well, dude,
it
it was
is.
back in what? 08, 09, something like that. When it came out. Not like you could really find them. Now you could probably get it for $10.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you
anyways.
could.
All right, well, gentlemen, anything else you want to plug today? Other than go to the Bluemilk Podcast?
Yeah, sure.
Do it.
Go to the Bluemilk Podcast.
What's the one you like to say? Like, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe to the Bluemilk Podcast. We are found on the Facebook, the Twitters, the Instagram, and the YouTubes.
Most importantly, share.
Yeah, share us. Share us. All of the shares.
I don't even care if people watch. Just share it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no watching, just share.
Well, no. If you don't like, you may not like Star Wars, but someone else in your life may know it, so you might want to share it.
But if you watch us, you may like Star Wars.
Yeah. And I mean, even my mom, this kind of sounds weird. She doesn't like Star Wars or anything like that. Whoa. But she watches because she finds it enjoyable, at least.
And you continue talking to her?
Yeah.
We talk
He's
about
a stronger
Jacob.
man than me.
We talk about Jacob's mom a lot.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, you and BJ probably.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
Jacob in the room, though.
No.
No, I'm usually in the room actually.
We like
That
to
just
see him
got
turn
really
red.
gross.
No. And we're done.
All right, guys. We're done. You guys are good?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening to another incredible episode of the Real Film Nerds podcast. And we will catch you on our next pod.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.